So first of all, I want to ask you how much exciting and interesting and how much challenging was it for you to play a character that we can tell is just a little bit borderline from a moral point of view?
Yes, I agree with you. It is. This is one of the most challenging characters that I've ever played because of different reasons. That is one of them. You know, you want to find the right motives that a character has to do or say whatever he's going to say or do. And in this case, it's very clear. And basically, I think the key element is that we as parents are ready and willing to do anything at all to keep our children safe and happy and healthy. So it is an easy equation that you do in your mind when you approach these type of characters.
Yeah. I completely agree, because at the end of the first episode, I found asking myself, would I do it? So I think the goal in this show, clearly we have vampires, but I guess it really shows a lot of humanity. I want to ask you if you think so, and if you think it's the final goal of this show.
It is. I think I agree with you. I think it's a very human experience. The whole story. It is basically about that. And what you see, and you will see in the rest of the season, is that it's very difficult for Mark to cross that line. And it is a big burden on his shoulders every day of his life. Although he only hunts for people who are bad people, you know, taking someone's life is never a good idea. And it takes a piece of your soul, as the character says. But there's a very strong reason why you will cross that line, or why Mark crosses that line, because that is the only way his daughter won't have to do it. And before her soul gets dirty, then, you know, he will do it himself.
Yeah. So I want to ask you something about working with Madison, because she's really young, but she's really talented. So I want to ask you something about how was it for you to work with her?
It's always a big challenge to, you know, find great young actors to carry the weight of a series. You know. There are different lead roles in this series, and she's one of them. And she has a heavy duty in her hands, in her young hands, and she did it gracefully. I think the main element that she relies on is discipline and professionalism. You can't achieve anything without those two, and she has that because she's already multi-talented.
Yeah,
and she knows that that is only a part of the ride. You need to develop those talents, and you need to make sure that, you know, you take this seriously. It's a very serious game. And I love how she has understood that very easily, because she's very playful and very high-spirited, but very, very professional. And that's the only way you can do it. You know, not only her, but Ian Foreman, who's, you know, our other young actor, was phenomenal. Those two kids, you know, melt your heart, and make this, you know, journey very, very nice and endearing. And you will see more Wait until you see the other 9 episodes. Oh boy. And the world will hear more from these 2 kids, because they're wonderful.